Lexus UX is a subcompact luxury crossover SUV from Lexus, and it was introduced in March 2018 at the Geneva Motor Show, and it's the smallest crossover model in the Lexus lineup prior to the introduction of the LBX in 2023. The UX is slotted right above the LBX and under the compact NX, and it's the first model that has the GAC platform as similar to the Toyota Corolla. And the UX stands for Urban Explorer. It's not like the UX has been stale and hasn't been updated. They've updated the Lexus safety system from 2.0 when it was introduced in 2019 to 2.5 in 2023 model year, and in 2024 when they introduced the 300H, they upgraded it to 3.0 as well. The fate of the UX is really unknown because of the entry of the LBX, and I've talked about this when we look at the sales reports globally. When you look at UK and you look at Australia, you see that the UX numbers are just dropping like nowhere. And back in February 2024, the Lexus UX was discontinued in Malaysia because the LBX took over already, because that market just couldn't take two subcompact vehicles, so only one of them had to stay. And the LBX is the new baby of Lexus, right? It's a little bit cheaper, it's a little bit smaller, but it works for that market. So when you look at it, like the Lexus Malaysia, they only have the LBX. The next up is the NX, so UX is already gone in that market. The reason why we have this video is to give you some news that in Taiwan there has been news, and this is in Chinese, so we had to go and translate it to English, and it says that the Lexus UX entry-level travel will be discontinued and replaced by the LBX. So they're saying that the gas version, the hybrid, and the EV will gradually withdraw from the market. The translation is a little bit hard, so we'll have to understand what it's trying to say. But what they're saying here is Japanese media broke the news that the UX and UX 300e electric vehicles will be discontinued in the future. And this is a report from someone in Taiwan saying that they've actually got news that Japanese media has said that the UX is going to be gone. So the UX will only have one generation, similar to the CT. I don't know, is it the subcompact world is where there's a lot of changes and cars just cannot last more than one generation. So when you look at that, a new generation is being replacing the old one. So since the launch of the Lexus LBX, the most entry-level travel model, it will directly compress into the UX positioning. Recently, news in Japan pointed out that they will phase the UX petrol vehicle it will come to the end. And together with the UX 300e, the electric vehicle will also be discontinued in the future. So they're saying that they introduced that 2018 is when they actually launched it, and it's been 6 years where they haven't really made a major update, and it's probably minor updates you'll see, right? 2019 they did a bigger one in 2022 for 2023 model year, and they made another change with the 5th generation hybrid system in 2014 for the 2025 model year. But now the newcomer, the LBX, is going to take lead in the subcompact world. And what they're saying is also the RZ in Taiwan is actually going to replace the UX 300e. Again, it's too small probably, and the UX 300e, it actually had like a 50 something kilowatt battery at first. They then upgraded it to a 72.8, which 64 is usable, but you only get like 186 miles, less than 300 kilometers, which is not too good, right? So what they're saying is the UX 300e is expected to retire in 2026. And the gasoline/hybrid will actually be gone in 2027. And you can see that already. There's been markets where the UX 200 is gone and they only have the UX 300H. Follow me on Instagram at LSFT Videos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX 450H Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, share it with your friends. This definitely will help with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks. Or visit my Amazon storefront before you purchase anything from Amazon. And or you can purchase products from the list on the items that I've been using with my vehicle or at home at no extra cost to you. And now let's continue with the video. And that could be another reason why they did introduce the UX to the 5th generation hybrid system to keep it fresher in some sense to 2027. So that's the news that we see here. And you do see that the UX electric is not that popular overall, and the hybrid UX is probably gone. This will be the last generation. They've upgraded to the newest tech that they have, and probably last 2 years. What do you think? Because really, when I look at the sales reports, so like UK, you can see that last year, 2023, they sold 5,000 UXs. And then when you look at the LBX, they sold 5,000 this year without the month of December. But then UX sales, 1,297. That's a significant drop from 5,000. Even when you look at it, 2019 they sold 3,500. The lowest year was 3,178 because of the shortage. But 1,300, we're going to see a drastic drop. One good thing is when you look at it, the electric version of UX has gone up 1,205. But when you look at the total UX sales, 2,500. So that's less than half of last year. So when you look at that, with 5,000 sales of the LBX, it may make sense for them to say goodbye UX in UK. When you look at Australia, 2,000, almost 500 vehicles last year, but there are 779 this year. The LBX is 1,355. So did it actually go and take the sales? So you take 13 plus 700, that's about 2,000-ish, plus December, that is 2,400. So when you look at Lexus Australia, the LBX is taking over. So one more year, probably the UX will drop even more, and at that point, the UX will be discontinued in Australia as well. So then the biggest question is, what happens to the UX in USA? Because when you look at that, they still sold about 8,000 at this point, and we're looking at about 8,500. It is still a drop, but there's no replacement vehicle. So will there be an electric subcompact coming in so that it can discontinue the UX in 2027? That could be the case. What do you think? Let me know in comments below. Do you think that the UX is here to stay post 2027, or do you think that it's time for it to go, or they actually need a complete refresh? Because again, from a global model, it hasn't been refreshed since the introduction in 2019. I think it does need something new to actually keep the sales at the peak at 17,500 in 2021. But unfortunately, that's not happening, and they don't have an LBX to replace with in the United States. I hope that you found that this video was informative, and until next video, drive safely. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.